just taking it a notch higher by looking at the creative minds that we do have, especially when it comes to 3D animation. And we have quite a number of individuals in studio today who will be showing us what they have been doing and the impact that those creations have been having in our society. And perhaps you might have come across some clips on the internet, Willis.
Yes.
Especially na kuanga concept ya magarao na vitu kama hiyo.
Mwana anasema magarao na hiyo accent ya magarao.
Vitu kama hiyo.
Na kwanga anaongea hivyo kama magarao hivyo.
So kuna kijana ambaye alikuja na hiyo concept na aka introduce, na ndio maana ameweza kujitengenezea China katika mambo ya creativity. Labda tuone hiyo job yake na kuanga namna gani, alafu we see how we gonna pick it from there.
Fungo umejaa hapa ndani.
Ni football fanatics.
Ni wale wa mchezo?
Yes.
Hapo vile wamejaa hapa ndani. Mimi nimekuja nikaangalia nikashindwa namna gani. Kila mtu amevaa jazi. Kuna wengine walinikasirisha sana.
Kwa nini?
Hivi vijana kwanza, kuna mmoja nilienda wakaniuliza ati ofisa wewe ndio wa timu gani? Mimi nikamwambia Man United, akaniambia hii tutawachavia kwenu sana.
Hii lugha wanaongea ati tuliwachava jana, tuliwachava kesho, tutawachavia kwenu.
Ati sasa ananiambia ofisa ati tutawachavia kwenu.
Walikwambia watakuchava?
Nikaweka yeye pingu bwana.
Huko unajua unaongea about football?
Ati sawa, lakini ananiambia mimi utakuchava.
Kwa sababu hata wanasemanga Liverpool, wanasemanga you shall not walk alone.
You never walk alone.
Sasa walikuwa wengi.
Ile genge ingine. Ukaarrest wote.
Sililenga wote ndani.
Na go blow talimo siku moja.
Alright, hiyo niyo ya magarao. Kwanza ningependa kuambia tu ya kwamba muendelee kuongea na sisi on the hashtag Power Breakfast on Twitter, and also you can send in your views and comments on 2242. So remember, the hashtag to use on Twitter is Power Breakfast. But also here, as you can see, is one Andrew Kagia, and I don't know if you guys Kagia, right?
Yes.
Yes, and Swag Kagia. Andrew Kagia. I don't know if you guys can remember this particular clip. Let's take a look at his work, and then it will probably jog your memory.
Very much indeed. Willis, you will remember, those of us who are fans of computer games, it really caused a buzz, that particular clip, which was Wageuzi rather, which was basically more of a political-oriented kind of game, right? And it was quite interesting. And speaking of games, we also do have another creative mind in studio today, and this is basically a game maker. That is where, I mean, his creativity comes. We will be introducing them later. Let's first of all see the creativity behind this particular individual.
Right, and that is the work of one Eugene Adele, who is actually one of us here at Real Media Services, and so you can see tunakwanga na creative mind sana hapa. All right, first of all, we're going to talk to, I don't know if I call him Mr. Egouzi. Would you like that? No?
If you would.
Yeah, okay. So Andrew Kagia is here, and tell us first of all, how long did it take you to make that particular clip?
Actually, I think, it's funny because the clip is about 4 years old now.
Yeah.
So time really flies. It took about 9 months to a year to develop the
9 months?
Yeah.
And what was it, what kind of, why did it take so long? Is it because it's intense graphics, or is it the equipment, or why?
Well, partly because I was also working part-time, so I had to balance this during like the off hours. And on top of that, it's really intense. There's this process that's called rendering to make it look as realistic as it looks. That process takes quite a long time.
It takes some while. And how did you come up with it? I mean, like, if you look at it, how did you come up with the concept? I mean, it borrows heavily from Transformers. But what was the driving force for? What is the story?
Well, I think Kenya was coming into that period of elections, 2012, 2013, and I kind of wanted to do something that would pass a social message in a way that's entertaining. And so Wageuzi basically means transformers. It also means change makers, because our leaders are tools for change. So I wanted to create or to portray our leaders in a in kind of a way that would make you think twice. So that's why I portrayed them as transformers. Yeah.
All right, cool. And now fast forward, you have a game. You're calling it Nairobi X. What is Nairobi X about? Before nione kama hata mimi naweza.
So Nairobi X is a game about it's based in futuristic Nairobi, where an alien invasion has happened. And you, the player, is called Commander Otero. That's the name of the player.
Otero Bilagana.
Yeah, exactly. So Otero has been tasked to deliver the city from the alien invasion. That's basically the sense of the game. Yeah.
Let's take a look at it a bit. Let's see how, if you can, maybe you can walk us through it.
Yeah. Okay. So it starts at the top of the KICC. It might be a bit tricky to play without
the mouse.
Space for the mouse.
Okay. So that is now Otero.
So this is Otero. So the top has crashed and you've been attacked by the aliens. So you basically managed to... Oh, I'm dead.
Resurrect.
So you're meant to escape the roof. And
to go to the roof.
You're at the roof. You're meant to find your way to the bottom.
And how long did it take you to make this game?
This took about a year.
A year?
Yeah.
And it's available on?
It's available on PC and Android. So right now you can get it on the Play Store, as well as the website nairobix.com.
Yeah. Right, well, we're going to try and figure out how we can play this. Hey,
yeah.
So like, for this, like, what was your inspiration for making this? And was it just like, are you also an avid gamer, and you thought, what are the challenges you went through as you were making this?
Okay, I've been an avid gamer for a while, but I think I got tired of playing foreign games. So I asked myself, okay, why can't we have an alien invasion happening in Nairobi? It always happens in LA, New York. Let's have an alien invasion in Nairobi. And so I just combined my past skills for animation and a bit of programming, and I came up with the game.
And what in terms of support did you get? Like, where does somebody go? Like, maybe there's also another gamer. Where does somebody go to get support to make such stuff?
I think globally there's a huge open community, so learning resources are available. The Kenyan community is quite young, but it's growing. Like, you have Eugene over here and a few others. So I think eventually what we need to do is come together and work, so that we can work on bigger projects.
And I can see a lot of, like, there are some guys who helped, because I can see some product placement over there as well. So there are people who helped you actually do it.
It has some commercial backing from some corporates. Like
which is good.
It's good.
So you said it's available on Android.
Android.
What are your future plans? What do you want to do, like, after Nairobi X? Where do you want to take it next? Will you make Kisumu X, where guys will be throwing fish at each other or something?
So okay, 2 weeks ago I was in there's a certain games conference in Germany called Gamescom. So we had been invited there. So I formed a company, it's called Black Division Games. And so we were invited to the Gamescom just to see, what's going on globally, and they were very interested in seeing this. And someone had a brilliant idea of having an African version. So maybe each chapter is an African city. So you have Nairobi X, you have Lagos X, you have different African cities. So that way you bring the whole continent together. So I think that's the next
frontier. Right, well, so remember you can get Nairobi X on Android, you say, and on PC as well.
On PC.
So you can play, of course, I mean, hey, you can even sneak it into office hours if you like. You itakuwa shida na boss yako, but you can play it at any time. Remember, you can get it on that side. And also look out for, I mean, like...
And there are 6 other games that will be ready by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, 6 others, yeah. Okay, any name?
There's one called... No, I think...
you want us to keep waiting?
Just wait till the end of this month.
Okay, to the end of this month. And how can people get in touch with you? Where can follow you on Twitter, Facebook?
You can find us on Facebook called Black Division Games. Black Division Games. And you'll see what's coming.
Black Division
Games.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
Right, so Black Division Games on Facebook. So we're going to hand over to one Yegus, as we call him here, Patrick Igunza, and then to see what he has over there with Mr. Eugene Adeli, as I learn how to play this game as well. Yegus.
Thank you very much indeed, Willis. There, quite an inspiring story from your guest. And we will now be focusing on one of our very own. His name is Eugene Adeli.
Yes.
I got it right. And so he is also coming up with a number of games, and he will be showing us one of that particular game, and I will be talking to him actually the story behind all this creativity. Thank you very much, Eugene. Perhaps for those who might not know you, what is it that you do for us here at Citizen?
My name is Eugene Adeli. I do TV production for Citizen TV. Yeah, I just joined in April, so I'm quite new here.
Okay,
yeah.
And where did your love for game creation start?
Actually, it's a coincidence. I was telling Kagia in the morning when I met him, I saw his Wageuzi clip when I was in my second year university, and then I was like, I want to do something like this. So the Wageuzi clip gave me motivation to get into gaming a lot. Yeah.
Did you manage to come up with your own creation when it comes to matters gaming?
It's quite some work, because you see most of it is self-taught, but there's this school called Digital Tutors. Sorry, they teach a lot of stuff based on 3D animation, game development. So through that I learned a lot.
What have you managed so far to develop? Do we have something that we can show the audience?
Yes. There's this game. It's my latest.
It's your latest, meaning there are quite a number of others.
There are quite a number. I did for my project in second year. I did a game. So this one I call it Nightmares. Nightmares by Adeli. This kid is attacked by teddy bears. Teddy bears come in his nightmares, and the teddy bears are quite ruthless, if I may say. And then the unique thing about these nightmares, you can never cram the game, because the game, each time you open the game, there's a new setup. The level keeps changing each and every time. And then there are random game objects that appear, like a teleportation device that is able to teleport you to another dream. The same way when you dream, you can transition from one dream to another. Okay, so when I'm playing, I'm now the teddy. The little boy. Yes. Whoever is playing is the little boy. Yeah, whoever is playing is the little boy. Okay, and what do I do to ensure that perhaps I'm the winner in the game? I have to kill them? You have to kill all the teddy bears, or you can play smart. You can, once you master the game, you can like, I told you there's a teleportation device, so you can teleport to different levels and run away from the teddy bears. Okay, and what is it that you aim to achieve at the end of it all? You've created this, yes, we have access to it. Yes. So what? The bigger picture. Right now in Africa, or let me say in East Africa, because there's a game development company in South Africa. So in East Africa, there are no game publishers. Yeah, so I'm hoping to establish the first game publishing company yeah, in East Africa. Are you looking at any economic gains from that particular initiative? Yes, very. There's a lot of income that comes from game publishing, because you find that for if one person wants to publish a game in your store, if you are an established game publisher, they have to pay you an amount of 8 million to publish for one license, and then they pay another 8 million for your SDK. Yeah, I get it. That's 8 million to be published. Yeah. But when it comes to creating such a game, how much does it cost you? How much did it cost you to come up with this nightmare game? It cost me in terms of time, but it didn't cost me in terms of... I didn't incur any cost while making it because I didn't buy any assets. I just created the assets in Cinema 4D Studio, and then I used Unity 3D Unity 3D is a game development engine. Yep.
Are you planning to sell it, or after you have
actually, I plan to launch it today.
To launch it today?
Yeah.
So you're launching it on this platform?
Yeah, I'm launching it on this platform.
Interesting. And so there we have it, Eugene Adeli, one of our very own, actually taking this opportunity to launch his very latest game. You call it again?
Nightmares.
Nightmares.
Yeah.
But besides Nightmares, he also have he does have quite a number of other games that he has developed. Perhaps very briefly, take us through the other games that you've come up with.
Yeah, there's this. Just a minute.
The other one is called?
Infinito.
Infinito.
Yes.
What's Infinito all about?
Infinito is an endless runner game, just like Temple Run.
Temple Run.
Yeah.
It's quite popular, Temple Run, especially amongst the younger generation.
So Infinito is an endless runner game. Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to run and overcome the hurdles.
Yeah,
and as you do that, you get points and everything of that sort.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting, but it's your own creation from end to finish.
Yeah, from scratch.
Okay, and we do know there are a lot of young brains out there who might be encouraged to venture into this kind of field. What is it that you might tell them when it comes to actually starting off?
I'll tell them to believe in themselves and always take the first step. Somebody once told me, fail fast and fail often. If you don't fail, then you're just doing something that somebody else did. So you fail fast and fail often. Okay, fail fast and fail often. That is the advice from Eugene, a game creator who's come up with quite a number. And we will toss it over again to Willis.
Before you do, let me toss it back to you. Remember, yes, there is an interesting way that Eugene developed something in terms of how you can present your CV to a potential employer. Thank you. I was going to say client. A potential employer. Do you have that? You can show us that as well. It's on my phone. Okay. So I don't know if I can get it to the projector. All right. So maybe as you work on doing that, tutaendelea hapa na hawa jamaa hawa watu wa Magalama. Amekuja. Hapa. Right. So first of all, start by telling us your name.
Niangalie wapi sasa?
Angalia tu baada hiyo ndo kamera yako,
wacha nivenduge niangalie huko. My name is Alex Kirui. I'm an animator, I'm a 2D animator. Currently working on a show called Makarao. Yes. Yes, so tell us like how do you get like the end product? How do you get what we'll be seeing on TV just shortly? How do you get to that particular first of all, what we do is to come up with the story. The story is very primary, so we make sure we have a good story. The story ikuwe mzuri. So after we've done the story, we record the story. We go do the voices, Alex and Alibaba, the guys, the main cops. After we record, now we come to animating, and animating is a bit of a process. So first thing we do is to do something called a storyboard. Okay. Storyboard basically is you take thumbnails, you know, how you want the guys to look at the end of the the process, how they look like. So after that, now we do character design to develop the characters, mfupi, mrefu, nini, and then start animating. Yeah. All right, so you're going to walk us through a little bit of that here? Yes. For what we have here, open screen inaitwa Anime Studio. It's an animation software that I use. So first thing I do is to probably open a new file. For those of you who know how to operate a computer. So for example, I set up a new file and import, already I've done the characters, so I'm gonna just import, let's say, it's called Cobrol Kosgei. Kobrogosgei? Yeah, tunataka kuleta Kobrogosgei sasa kwa project. Akwe hapo kwa project, tata yeye akwe project. Akwe projected. Sasa we have the designs already up. Wabi you get to Wagwaba. So you can see that guy. There is this guy, and huyo
Yes.
anaitwa Gobrogosgei. Ndio huyo hapo. So this is the interface in the software. So what ideally what an animator does is to act out. So you just an actor mwenye anaogopa camera. You don't want to be seen by people. Kasai. So these are the tools that we use to manipulate, but first you have to build the character. And basically this is called a timeline, if you can see it, this one. It's very important when it comes to animation. A timeline is where you record everything that you want to act out. So every time I move this thing, I have to record. So let's say I want Gobrogosgei. Gobrogosgei anapenda pesa. So lazima kuwe na pesa zake hapo kwa mkono.
How long does this take?
It's a lot of work. For example, an episode will take 2 to 1 month, like 2 weeks.
1 episode.
2 weeks to a month. But a lot of things, contribute to that. I have to build the set, drawing the background. Also, the acting out is a lot of work.
Right. So then from here, you just
after umetembea. But also you have to import the sound that you already recorded. You have to import it here. So
kwa kitana na nyinyi mmezoea sana kuchukua ogo.
Yes.
Okay. And so, like, how did you guys begin? I mean, what does the show focus on? How did you begin? What was why did you conceptualize and deliver it in this way? Why not have Mama Boga?
First of all, I think policemen, or the work of being police, it's a difficult job, and given the terms that our policemen get to work under, it's tough, and that's why it's created what we see how policemen behave, and we thought it has affected us as a society, and it was really good for us to just capture it in another dimension, that is 2D animation or just animation, so that probably could understand it much more.
What about, I had Gunza asking about the cost implications. How is it an expensive venture to animate?
It is. For example, like I'll tell you, the tools that I have right here are just zile tools za mwananchi, a small computer. Ideally, if you really want to work on this stuff, you need big capital. For example, this is an Intuos. It's called an Intuos graphics tablet. This is a basic one. It will cost you about 30,000 to maybe 50,000. But the professional one that we don't have actually will cost us 300,000 shillings. Just a tablet, and we need computers. Leave alone the cost of animators. If you are to get a team, those guys, if you get a good animator, they'll tell you they won't, sit on a project if you're not paying them. Because it's intense.
Right. And so, do you normally, apart from doing this, do you act it out as well? Somewhere, like in case watu wanajua wale wa makarao ni nani na nani na nani, then you act it out as a way to promote. How do you promote this? Where can somebody go and watch this?
We have the live version of Makarao where Alex and Alibaba act out, and so far they used to do it stand-up, stand-up comedy wakiwa shule na wakati walitoka shule. So we still don't have, to push it out. Easy Makarao, policy, cartoon seems to be, the real thing. So we're concentrating on this, but we still have them. We want to be doing a live version of Makarao, which I enjoy it.
Right, so they naona Alex Alibaba pia umeingia.
Unajua saa ingine it is cool to consult the government kwanza.
Wewe maneno.
Unajua si ndio serikali. Tuwe wani wewe. Habari yako bwana. Nige kucholi wani bwana. Niangalie bwana. Hata bingwa yeye sifunga nini. Mgeni yake bwana.
Habari bwana. Umekucha.
Ungemuita msito ile China wanaita.
Lakini Willis
nimesimama kwa sababu mmeingia kwa nini yangu mmesimama tunaheshimu makarao.
Hata mimi naheshimu serikali sana.
Ni vizuri.
Hata wewe unaenda kwa
wataniari
sio moja
kosa gani?
Interrupting the government.
Wakifanya nini?
Ukiongea unachua unanyamaza.
Sasa nimenyamaza.
Serikali inafanya nini?
Decisions. Nimewacha.
Mtu wewe ukikanyanga ile truth meter. Inakwambiaga ukweli uko na kile. Ukweli tu.
Ni kichana wewe na tu enjoy sana. Kitu moja unafaa kuambia Wakenya, sisi ni watu very important.
Yes.
Unajua sisi kama magarao, hii kijana anaweza kukuambia ukweli. Unajua ametufanyia mnyama mingi sana. Animation.
Mnyama ni animation.
Sasa kitu moja unafaa kuambia Wakenya. Kwanza huko unajua hizi metals wanapata huko.
Metals chuma ama
no, hizi gold metal na silver.
Gold ya pale ama ya dhahabu.
No kocha bwana, sengine kusoma kidogo ni mzuri. Sisi ndo tule contribute wewe yote. Unajua sisi wote hapa sisi wawili kwanza tumeweka record nyingi hata kuliko hizo watu wanaweka. Hata mnasema world record. Sisi ungekuja kwetu wa station pale kwa hobby yetu kila siku tunaweka record. Kila
record. Huyu hajakula sana.
Habari yako? Mzuri. Nini iko wapi driving license yako? Tuko studio. Namaanisha chuwe ndio unaendesha hii show. Wafaa kuwa na driving.
Hapana, yeye aendeshi hizo.
Nauliza hamwezi mkongea kizungu sababu
no, in speaking in English we be very fluent. In the coming we go, we patrol every atazaya to
like this lady here anaitwa Kirigo asema tunaongea na accent. Ni kweli tunaongea na accent. Kenyans, you can tell us, are we talking with
accent? No, we are not talking in an accent.
At broken English ilianguka wapi ndio ivikwe broken.
Actually what we are doing, we are talking to Kenyans, not accent.
So what do you think minds like this one for Kirui actually are doing when it comes to actually presenting forces like you through 3D animation? Is it something that you are appreciating?
Police force, we change to police service.
We change to police service, yes.
So that was force,
Najua asante community tunakuja pamoja.
Lakini amjibu swali nauliza mnashukuru kazi ambao vijana kama hawa wanafanya, labda mkiongea na accent
na Kiswahili. Kijana anafanya kazi mzuri sana. Unajua kama raia tuliona yani ni vizuri tufanye kazi na yeye. Na unajua akakuja akatuangalia kuna siku moja tukiwa patrol anatuambia, na hiyo mnafanya ni mzuri, tunaweza wafanyia kitu kingine nafanyanga akaenda akatuonyesha. Unajua sisi tulikuwa tunaita cartoon. Akatuambia sio cartoon.
Ni animation.
Ni animation. Akatuambia unajua nyinyi naweza kuwaweka mnaingia hapa ndani, tukamuuliza sisi.
Hiyo si uchawi.
Tutakosea kwa kitu kweli bwana. Mlabu tu. Kijana akachora bwana. Ndio ukiangalia hata unaweza kufikiria amefunga macho lakini nikunona. Hiyo mtao unaona. Hiyo mtao unaona ni kurufuga amerufuga. Na mimi sasa unajua mimi lazima nikae namna hii sababu saa nyingine tunatoka mbio. Akatuweka bwana. Tukaona kazi mzuri anafanya. Na sasa hiyo unajua anafanya kitu inaitwa entertainment na educating, watu wanatuogopa sana saa nyingine. Lakini wakati kitu kama hii inakuja unajua
wanaona ni cartoon. So wana learn from the cartoon, not from us. Sisi wanaweza fikiria sisi ni stupid, lakini cartoon akichora ina make sense. Kwa sababu sisi hatuko, hata ukitaka kusuu au animation utatupata wapi? Utaingia kwa laptop yake.
Tutasema sio sisi. Sisi we are very innocent. Actually kuna ingine tunatoa ya mpio. Acha malizia. Tumekimpia sana vijana anatufanyia kazi mingi sana.
Nataka kuarrest. Nani? Naitwa Piose.
Mbona?
Huyu America. Mbona? Anasemanga we don't want girls. No. Alikimbia wapi? Sisi wa Kenya ndio tunadhante watu. Lakini yego huko
tunachukua metal.
Sasa hivi tunatunga watu.
Mnadunga watu.
Watu wa Kenya wameacha kurusha mistari. Wanarusha miguu.
Okay, you know, interesting. We can go on forever and ever, but there you have these Makarao. You can get them Makarao TV at Makarao TV. Some of them saying asante sana Kenya tunapepea. Somebody saying unakam na Touch Studio. That is at Rolex X_Koh. anauliza mbona unakuja na torch, alafu anasema at Irene Christina says Iguza leo unaongea with your real accent. Mbona wewe hutueng sana hadi kizungu? Be yourself. Anasema hii ndio real accent yako.
Asiwe tu tukajisaidia hiyo ya Kikale.
Hiyo ya Kikale.
Hiyo ya Kikale.
Kumbe nimetola una wewe. Tenatochi nayo unajua ni saa nyingine when we lead the way lazima unaonesha line. Kuna saa nyingine tunaingia tunnel na lazima it is very taga tendo tunnel.
No, ni hata huko
ni uzi lakini huko.
Well, I tell you what, that's all the time we had today. Remember, you can get in touch with you said Black Diamond, Andrew? Black Division Entertainment. Games, Black Division Games for Andrew Kage and and you can watch the show on YouTube. That is Makarao, and also at Makarao TV on Twitter. You can find more information about that. Eugene, how can I get in touch with you?
Eugene Adeli.
Eugene Adeli on Twitter.
On Google Play.
On Google?
Google Play.
On Google Play.
And, yeah, Google Play and Google
Eugene Adeli.
Play Store, yeah.
You can get in touch with him over there. So, thank you for everybody. Thanks Tony Badu for coming, gracing the governor of Embu, Mheshimiwa Wambora, for also coming and talking to Muteginjao, and also for Iegos kama kawaida. Asante sana kwa kutokelezea. So we are going to wind up and toss it over to the band on the other side. My name is Willis Sabura, as always reminding you that successful people look like you, and obviously, like you saw yesterday, Manchester United. Have a good day.
You are under arrest.
Wapi bwana la droga
no you arrest ni kwa anda yake.
Stopping. This show is too dope.
Watu wanasema watu tunaangalia ati you killing it. Utatuambia nani unaua.
This show is too dope, so tunakuingia walando.
Stopping. It's too dope.
Utautaba. Kwa sababu hata wanasemanga Liverpool wanasemanga you shall not walk alone. You never walk alone. Sasa walikuwa wengi ile genge nyingine